up, you fools? Matt, ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel, and we all know the Eurovision 2018 results are in. We know how the televoters voted, as well as the jury. So today, I figured let's dive a little deeper when it comes to the jury votes. We know who their favorites were, or their least favorites for that matter, but is there a difference? Let's take a look at the women and the men, how they have voted. Younger people, maybe they had different favorites compared to maybe people in their twilight years. So here is a quick breakdown of the jury votes by demographic. So each jury consists of 5 members. So Sweden has 5 jury members, so does Denmark, and so on. And there are a total of 43 countries that took part this year in the contest. So 43 times 5 equals 215. So there were a total of 215 jury members taking part and 215 set of votes. The average age of all jury members combined is 40.45. So just over 40 is the average age of a juror. There were a total of 114 men in the juries, as well as 101 female voters, so 101 women voting. If you add that up, that's 215. Duh. Now, I'm sure you're curious to know who had the oldest jury. It's Romania. Yes, Romania had the oldest jury of them all. The average age of a Romanian jury member is 55.4, so definitely 15 years above the average. Not too far behind is Hungary, the average age 53.8. Now let's take a look who had the youngest jury. And it's the tiny little country called San Marino. The average age of a jury member is 28.6 years. So significantly younger than Romania's and about 12 years under the average. Interestingly enough, the second youngest jury comes from this big country called the United Kingdom. The average age of the British jury is 29.4 years. So, also pretty darn young. So I figured it would be fun and interesting to see how the older jury members voted compared to the younger ones. So I put them in brackets, starting with under 20, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, and so on. And then 60 and up is the highest / oldest category. So let's work our way down, age before beauty, from the oldest bracket to the youngest one. Let's take a look at the jury members 60 and up and see who their favorites were. Here's their top 10, and interestingly enough, they voted for Australia. Australia last with the televotes, we all know that, but they were first with the juries 60 and up in age. They really liked that song, interestingly enough. Austria was second, so no surprise there. They won the jury vote overall. And what really stood out to me here is that Moldova is in third place. Moldova overall didn't do that hot with the juries, but the older folks definitely were fond of it. That's a pretty decent score for them. And interestingly enough, Israel and Cyprus, the 2 songs finishing in the top 2 at the end of the night, were not quite that high with the juries of that age bracket in 8th and 9th place respectively. Even Sweden didn't fare that well with them. Very interesting, huh? Another thing to point out, their bottom 3 looks like this. 26th place for the United Kingdom, so they did not care for Zuri's song, unfortunately. Portugal is in 25th place, and France in 24th. Huh, alright. Let's move on. Jury members aged 50 to 59. Let's find out how they have voted. Alright, it looks a little bit more representative of the actual results. Austria in first place, Sweden in second, and Germany in third place. That's basically how the overall results were at the end for the jury members. Cyprus is in fourth place, Israel a little lower in sixth place, not that far off. Let's take a look at their bottom 3. In 24th, it's Portugal, 25th, Ukraine, and they did not care for Hungary, putting it in 26th place. Alrighty. 40 to 49, how did they vote? Okay, they love Benjamin Ingrosso's Dance You Off. Number 1, Sweden in this age bracket, followed by Israel. Israel won overall, didn't win the jury vote, but this is a pretty good result for Israel. Cyprus in 5th place. Who else is out there? France in 9th, Norway in 10th, and their bottom 3 looks like this. 24th place, Portugal, 25th, Serbia, and they did not care for Ukraine in 26th place. Keep going down. Now we're at the age bracket 30 to 39. They put Austria in 1st place, the eventual jury winner. Israel also in 2nd place. Sweden is up there, no surprises there. And their bottom 3, in 24th place, Denmark. In 25th place, Hungary. And dead last, Serbia. Alright, 20 to 29 years old. Let's see if there's a difference. Austria, Sweden, Germany. The top 3, that's kind of how it ended up in the juries overall as well. Israel, Cyprus, wow, they're really on top of it. Interestingly enough, the thing that stands out to me, the Netherlands in 8th place with the younger folks. I did not expect that. I would have thought Wales would fare better with the older folks, but clearly not. Bulgaria, for the first time, finds themselves in the top 10. Yay. And something else to point out, the bottom 3, something very interesting. 24th place, Serbia. 25th place, Hungary. And surprise, 26th place, last place with the 20 to 29-year-olds is Finland. I did not see that coming. I would have thought that Sara Aaltonen is that young song that people will really love, but the younger folks on the jury did not agree. They did not like Monsters. Bummer. Alright, let's talk about the teenagers, 19 and below. What do we have here? They also put Austria in 1st place. They really liked Germany, putting it in 2nd place. And big surprise here, Ireland in 3rd place with the youngsters. They really helped that song maybe climb up a little in the jury results overall. And another thing that really stood out to me, Spain in 5th place. Spain didn't do well at all in the jury vote, but the younger folks loved the love story. Interesting. Good for Spain. Other than that, you can look at the rest. Australia, Sweden, all of that stuff in there. And the United Kingdom is in the top 10. They were dead last with the people 60 and up, but they're in the top 10 with the youngsters. Once again, I would have thought it would have been the other way around. So, another big surprise here. And then the bottom 3, in 24th place, Portugal. In 25th place, Moldova. Once again, 3rd place with the older folks. 2nd to last with the younger ones. Wow. And then Hungary is in last place, unfortunately. Alright, let's take a look at the women and the men and see how they voted. Who did they like the best? If there's a discrepancy, or do they agree? Let's find out. So, the ladies put Austria in 1st place. Austria won overall, so I don't think that is a surprise. They put Germany in 2nd and Sweden in 3rd. And then you can keep seeing Israel, Estonia, Cyprus, and so on. So there are not too many surprises there. Most of these songs did fairly well. Interestingly enough, to see Bulgaria in 8th place. And the bottom 3, Ukraine, Denmark, and Hungary. So let's take a look at the men. Let's compare this. Sweden. Sweden is number 1 with the gentlemen. I didn't expect that either. It's always a good thing to know these things, huh? Austria, Israel, Germany, Cyprus, and so on. And another surprise to me, Lithuania in 8th place with the men. That's a kind of song I would have expected to do better with the ladies. Again, it just seems a kind of love song. But no, the men were kind of like, yeah, let's give that some points. And so they did. And they also put Ireland in the top 10. The women did not do that. The bottom doesn't look that different, I guess. 24th Ukraine, 25th Hungary, and 26th Serbia. Now, everyone has to have a number 1. As you know, the jury members, they rank all the songs from 1st to last. So 1st place, 2nd place, 3rd place, all the way up to 26th place. So the best thing that can happen to you is finish in 1st place. So I looked at all 1st places to see which country received the most 1st places overall. Any guesses, people? Is it Austria the winner? Nope. It's actually Sweden. Sweden received more first places than anybody else. Austria is second though, so congratulations to them. And then Cyprus, interestingly enough, finished it in third place. So Cyprus may be a little bit more of a polarizing entry, lots of high points, but maybe more lower points as well, because it did still do fairly well in the jury vote, but not quite as well as some of the other songs. But yeah, they got 22 first places. So, not too shabby. Only 4 countries ended up with 0 first places, and that includes Ukraine, Finland, Norway, and Ireland. Huh. Interesting, huh? I also wanted to add one last thing to this video. It's not really demographics, but I figured let's include it anyway. Let's take a look at the biggest discrepancies in the televote and the jury vote overall, looking at the overall positions as well as the overall score. The biggest disagreement of the year was clearly Sweden. Sweden almost won the jury vote, second place, but then the televoters came in and were like, yeah, that's not going to happen, putting Benjamin Ingrosso's Dance You Off in 23rd place. That's a difference of 21 positions. That is insane. There were some other significant discrepancies, though. Ukraine comes to mind in second place. The televoters really enjoyed that song. 7th place for Melovin, but the jury said this does not deserve a good score, putting it in last place, 26th place. A difference of 19 positions. Followed by Denmark, similar kind of outcome, not quite as dramatic, but still bad. The juries put Rasmussen in 20th place, but the televoters really enjoyed it, putting it in the top 5, 5th place to be more specific. That's a difference of 15 positions. Followed by Australia, 12th with the juries that kind of liked it, somewhere in the mid-table, but the televoters were like, nah, putting it in dead last. A difference of 14 positions. Also a difference of 14 positions is Italy. Italy in 3rd place with the televoters. That is pretty high, right? But then the juries didn't quite see eye to eye with that, putting it in 17th place. Also a difference of 14 positions. Well, damn. There wasn't much that the juries and the televoters agreed, apparently, except for Portugal. Both the juries and the televoters put Portugal in second to last, 25th place. So that's the only thing they actually agreed on. They also were pretty close with Lithuania, televoters putting it in 10th place and the jury in 11th, so only 1 position of difference. Now the positioning tells a lot, but I think a better story is being told when you look at the actual overall score and the discrepancy there. So let's do that as well. The biggest discrepancy here, once again, and number 1 is Sweden. I don't think it comes as a surprise, as the juries gave Benjamin Ingrosso 253 points, then the televoters came in and gave it a lousy 21, a difference of 232 points. Ouchie. But there's a little bit difference in number 2, it's Austria. Yes, Austria finished first with the juries and only 13th, I think, with the televoters, but they weren't in the top 5 when it comes to positions, right? But when it comes to the points, a huge margin there. The televoters gave it 71 points only, while the jury actually gave it exactly 271, a 200-point difference there, and the second biggest discrepancy of the evening when it comes to the points. Poor Cesar. Then in 3rd place, it's Italy. Once again, there's a big discrepancy there. This time, the televoters liked it better than the juries. 249 points coming from the televoters, only 59 from the juries. Overall, a 190-point difference. Moving on, in 4th place, it's Denmark, Rasmussen's Higher Ground. Once again, the televoters liked it way better than the juries. 188 points from the televoters, while the juries only gave it a lousy 38 points. That is a difference of 150 points. And then in 5th place, Czech Republic. Yes, Czech Republic's best result to date. Thanks to the televoters this time around, they gave that song 215 points. The jury is not quite as impressed, giving it 66 points, a difference of 149 points. Now, as pointed out, the juries and the televoters didn't agree on much, but they did agree on Finland as far as the points are concerned. They both gave Sara Aalto 23 points. And then they were also once again in an agreement for the most part with Lithuania. a 1 point difference, with the televoters giving it 91 points and the jury's 90. So that's pretty darn close as well. So there you have it, a little bit more of an analytical approach when it comes to the jury results by demographics and just overall score. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will be back with more soon. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that really helps us. The more subscribers, the better, right? And if you want to follow us on social media, we have Twitter, Facebook, you name it. We'll look forward to seeing you there. And if you want to support us, become a patron on patreon.com. The link is in the description box for that. Until then, I'll see you all later. Have a good night, and that's it. Bye-bye.